Somewhere here, it's unclear from looking at the unclear Steve Reeves map, there's something called the Rostra. And the Rostra was a place where Roman freedom was most apparent, in the sense that it was the speaker's corner like you find in that park in London. The platform, wherever it was 10 feet high and 80 feet long, decorated with statues and the prows of ships, which apparently is in Latin is rostra. Where this was here, you'll have to use your imagination because it's certainly not clear. What would it cost? $50 to put a lousy sign here that says rostra? The Temple of Saturn. These magnificent remaining arches are from the Temple of Saturn, apparently framing the entrance to the oldest of the palaces or temples in the Forum. The irony is that apparently inside the temple was a wooden statue of the god Saturn, but what was most interesting was that the base of it held the gold booty, etc., that was captured from countries conquered. So it was really a treasury. And the column of focus. Here's the column of focus. That's spelled P-H-O-C-A-S, and it's the Forum's last monument, a gift from a powerful Byzantine empire to this fallen empire of Rome, and it was designed to commemorate the pagan pantheons becoming a Christian church. But as the guidebook points out, it was more a symbolic nail in the coffin of Rome. This is the extent of the signage that, for the millions of dollars these resources bring in, they feel comfortable spending a long time ago. What does this mean? I have no idea. Here, perhaps in Latin, maybe in Italian, I don't know, but you can kind of gather that this must mean the something or other of Saturn. No mention in the guidebook of what these columns were for. Here's another temple or something. Can't even get close enough to that sign to see what it is. There's a barrier here. For what reason, I'm unable to determine. People are not allowed to go there. I'm guessing this sign is nice and prominent because I'm going to be charged for something. Somewhere in here is where the rostra is. Palatine Hill. Incidentally, the source of the word palace. So as I pan through here, remember that when you hear the greatness of Rome, this was the core of it. Guidebook makes no mention of what that very, very long building complex there would have been. The Mamertine prison, which apparently is like a little church right now. This is not the original floor here. On the ceiling, that's important, is this hole. This is the hole that humans were lowered into, down through, into the basement. In other words, beneath what this floor here that was not there at the time. Downstairs and take a look at what they were lowered to. So this apparently was the column that St. Peter was chained to. They were let down into here, literally to die, starve and die. The upside down cross commemorates the fact that St. Peter was crucified upside down. Standing up here, you can see that it's only about 30 feet up, maybe. But there was no way out. They just literally rotted down here, so you were probably dropped down here, I would guess, rather than lowered gently. And you were lowered amidst dead men, rotting corpses, dying people, moaning and groaning. You could see the fate that lay you, and there was no way out. This sign apparently commemorates some of the people who were famous that died here. St. Peter. Don't know who these other people were. Joseph. In there is Mamertine prison. Apparently all of this was just built over the top of it in later times. You can see looking down there, it has a curved design to it. You wonder if any of our best mountain climbers would have had a way of getting out without technical equipment. I can't imagine how. After spending a month in the rain, I finally decided to buy an umbrella just because the rain here is so intense. As you can see, I didn't think it'd be useful when I was trying to video, but actually it's very useful. So I should have done it earlier. Again, I don't know what that large building there was. Maybe I can find out from some other source.